What is going on, everybody? It's Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and we are back for another live stream. Well, actually, for the first live stream of the day today, guys. So let's make sure that we start smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, and let's get rocking and rolling here. Silver is pulling back while Bitcoin is pumping up. Things are turning back around. Is everybody excited? Are we back right now for Bitcoin? We're going to be looking at Bitcoin here real quick. So Bitcoin right now is taking a nice little dumpy dump right back down to the previous month EQ of 89,158. If we cannot hold this area and start getting back above this previous week low, it is see ya later alligator for Bitcoin, and we're most likely going to continue heading on our way down towards 87,600. Now, silver, on the other hand, taking a look at silver. Silver did have a quick little dump down to the Monday low, sweeping the area of $92.40 and getting back above the previous week high on the same candle here. So meanwhile, we can hold above this region, right? Above this region of 92.40 to around 93.58. We should expect silver to continue pushing up higher. But if silver loses this region, we're looking for targets between 91 to as low as 87 for silver to the downside. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate all you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Make sure you guys are filling up those like meters as you guys are coming on in. Let's see here. What was that? Bitcoin still pulling back lower here. Bitcoin just melting away here. Completely erasing all the gains from this morning. Let's see here. Yeah, not bueno. Bitcoin completely erasing all the gains, or almost all the gains from the last 4 hours within the first 20 minutes of this new hour here. XRP, let's see what XRP is up to right now. XRP is at 191. This is not my XRP chart. There we go. Goodness gracious. All right, so XRP here, sitting at 191. We need to hold this region here between 184 to 177. Below that, we're looking for 149 to 113 to the downside for XRP if Bitcoin continues to pull back here, which at this point in time looks like it has no stop. It's nothing but dump city. Dump city. Straight down, nothing but down. Let's see here. No momentum in the market. Well, we had some nice little momentum this morning, right? We swept the Asia low. We went all the way up. We front ran our target of 90,800, which was a gold pocket in a daily NPOC. We started to lose the previous week low. We lost the previous week low, and now we have dumped back down to 88,700. And like I said, since the rejection at 98,000, we are targeting overall down to about 80,000, 83 to 80,000, 83,000 to 80,000 here is the next big target to the downside. Where is the next support vehicle? These guys are telling you alt season on every pump. Yeah, there is definitely no alt season, guys. This is why I was warning everybody about that when they saw Bitcoin rallying towards that 98,000. I was warning you guys that 98,000 was going to be the make it or break it, the bull trap, right? Altcoins were rallying the whole way up to 98,000. Bitcoin got to 97 and some change, almost 98, got rejected, and now the altcoins are melting. I told you that unless Bitcoin could actually hold above 98 and start closing some large time frames above 98, we were going to keep looking for lower price action. If we get that rejection, we're going to be looking for lower price action for Bitcoin to the downside. Thoughts on TIA? TIA is going to be heading down, guys. Altcoins, all altcoins are going to be dropping down. Meanwhile, Bitcoin pulls back, right? Unless Bitcoin can get above this 94,000 area, we are expecting Bitcoin to continue pushing lower. Continue pushing lower. Yeah, anybody that's telling you altcoin season on every single little pump, they're lying to you guys. They are lying to you. There's no altcoin season until Bitcoin can flip 98,000. So in a couple of weeks, you think will be a good time to accumulate? Well, we need to see where Bitcoin goes first, right? If Bitcoin drops down to 80,000, then we'll reassess at that point in time. That is the area that I'm targeting right now, 80,000. So once we get there, we'll reassess, see if there's any potential movement to the upside at that point in time. But, realistically, Bitcoin can drop as low as $67,000. 80,000 doesn't need to be the bottom. 80,000 is just the current bottom that we did back in November, or I should say in December. So that's just the current low that we're going and targeting. But losing that, we're targeting could be as low as $67,000 for Bitcoin. So definitely not good, and the altcoins are going to get crushed massively. So after we drop below 80,000 and we start looking towards that 67K, we'll start to reassess whether it's the time to accumulate or not, right? At that point in time, not just going to blindly accumulate here for the next couple of weeks. We don't know how long exactly it's going to take. It's probably going to take a few weeks to drop all the way down there. We're already at 88 from 98 last week. We've already dropped $10,000 in Bitcoin price action from last week. So if we continue on this threshold, right, another 10,000 by next week, and we're looking at 78,000. Bitcoin isn't dropping below 80K anytime soon. Tariffs already priced in. The tariffs are not the reason for the drop. So anybody that thinks that price is moving based off the news, you are, sorely mistaken, unfortunately. The drop is not due to tariffs. The drop is due to the fact that Bitcoin got rejected from a critical zone of $96,000 to $98,000 last week, and that rejection is what is occurring for Bitcoin to now have the pullback down towards 80K. We SFP'd and rejected off the previous month high. We got rejected off that 98K. We lost the yearly range to the yearly range for 2025, and all of those things is the reason why Bitcoin is dropping. Now, obviously, the news about the tariffs, that's just a little extra fuel on the fire, but the fire was already lit, and the price was already going to be coming down. It didn't matter if the tariffs happened or didn't happen. It's the price is not rejecting because of tariffs. Everything is going to drop, even XLM. Dude, everything drops. When Bitcoin drops, everything drops. Nothing is immune to Bitcoin's pullbacks. If Bitcoin pulls back, everything pulls back. XRP, XLM, everybody pulls back. Do you think I should be tethering my altcoin holdings right now? It really depends on what your entry point is, man. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice, but it really depends on your on your entry of your altcoins. If you're in a massive loss already, you're gonna have to make that decision for yourself whether you cut your losses and you know use that money that you have left over before it goes to zero in something else, or you just hang on for the long run. This is why I tell you guys that holding altcoins, right, holding your portfolio of majority altcoins is extremely high risk. Because when Bitcoin sneezes, all the rest of the cryptos catch the cold, right? So it's very, very high risk. So it's really going to depend on what your situation is. Gold and silver strong, stocks strong, so money all going there. No. So stocks are, they're also pulling back with the tariffs. They definitely pull back a lot more due to tariffs. But silver and gold are continuing to push up higher, especially silver. Especially gold. If we go take a look at gold, first, well, silver's already here. So silver is having a pullback here, rejecting off that 95.57 from earlier this week, yesterday. Currently, we're trying to hold above the previous week high of $93.55. If we can't, we're going to go back and retest this 92.57 to 92.40. Below that, we're looking at $89 to $87 for silver. Silver is currently right now falling out of its previous week uptrend. So as we're falling out of this uptrend, we are looking for potential lower price action for silver. Not saying that silver is collapsing and going to zero and the bull run's all over, but I'm just saying a short-term pullback to 89, maybe 87 is possible here in the near future. Now, going to take a look at gold. Gold is also falling out of its previous day range. Previous day regression. We came all the way up to the one-to-one fib extension, right, of 48.64. We went up a little bit higher to 48.85. We have currently lost that level, created a little bit of a double top, and now we're coming back towards the previous day high and daily open of 47.88. If that area is lost, we're looking for a target of 47.42 to 47.23 to the downside for gold here in the short term. What's the crypto bubble for? The crypto bubble is just to give you a quick little glimpse of how the market is doing. Bitcoin has completely erased all the gains from this morning. Are you seeing green in one day? We see all red, some green. What? This screenshot was taken when Bitcoin was pumping back up and was still up there. Most of the coins are still green right now, but the things are starting to pull back as Bitcoin has begun to pull back as well. Will we have a relief rally? We did have a relief rally. So Bitcoin was all the way down at 88,000 this morning. We rallied all the way up to 90,400 and now we're back. So we did have a little relief rally. And now we're pulling back down. Someone look at crypto funny and they cried like a little baby. Something like that, yeah. Something like that. Where the heck is It can still bounce back. King Kong, it might, but I think the odds of that are very, very slim, man. The odds of it bouncing back. We need to get back above 94,000 for Bitcoin to show any type of strength to the upside at all. And I just don't really see Bitcoin climbing back up to 94,000 at this point in time. We once again have lost uh, the previous week low. Love Render. Yeah, I like the Render too. Render was doing very well back in what you call it in 2024. Since then, it's been pretty much nothing but down. So why up now down? I mean, we had a little relief rally. We swept the Asia low this morning at 88,100, which created a little rally up to the Asia high, which was also the previous week low of 90,000. We overextended a little bit above that 90,000, which is the previous week low. We tried to stay above it. We couldn't hold it as support. And now that we couldn't hold the previous week low as support, we just dropped it back down. And we are targeting to continue to push the lower. I think Crypto Network retired from Render. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad some people are retiring. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. If you haven't done so already, join the Crypto Citadel, my private community. If you want to get chart analysis and day trade signals, make sure you go in there. I'm next. Yeah, I might be retiring one way or another. Either I'm going to retire poor or retire rich. But I'm going to retire nonetheless. So we shall see. Just because you retire doesn't mean you're retiring wealthy and you're going to be on the beach sipping on margaritas. You can eat just as easily retire dirt broke. Let's jump over here and see if there's any good news. See any news at all? See what the latest news is telling us. ICP launches first national subnet in Switzerland at Davos 2026. Very interesante. Ando Finance launches tokenized US stocks and ETFs on Solana. Very nice. Good, very good for Solana. The fact that Solana is starting to get more traction outside of the meme coin space and tokenizing stocks and doing this stuff is very, very good for Solana in the long term. Fast food chain Steak and Shake to pay hourly workers a Bitcoin bonus. Very nice. BlackRock names crypto and tokenization as themes driving market in 2026. Interessante. Trump's AI and crypto czar says crypto and traditional banks will become one industry. Oh, for sure. Crypto and traditional banks, right? It's only a matter of time before they pass all the correct regulation so that the banks are all up on crypto. So it's only a matter of time. All right. Bitcoin pulling back here. Just got to finish losing this Asia low. And down low we shall go. Hey, bro, do you think we are in a bear market now? So Landa, bear market, bear trend. I don't really focus on bear markets or bull markets, right? We had a bullish trend as we entered into January. We went all the way up to 98,000. Everybody loved it. We got rejected at 98,000, unfortunately, and created the bull trap that I warned most people about. And now that the 98K rejection has occurred, Bitcoin is pulling back, and we are looking for a drop down to 80,000, potentially $67,000, right? It really depends. It doesn't have to stop at 80. So Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. It can definitely get a lot rougher. So you could call it a bear market, or you can just call it a bear trend, right? Because we tried to make, we tried to break out of the 6 month downtrend. We tried to break back into the 2025 yearly range for Bitcoin, and we really needed to get above that 98,000 and hold above that 98,000, but we couldn't. We got rejected. So now the bearish trend continues, and lower we shall go once again. So, and that means that your altcoins are going to get crushed as well, man. Wherever Bitcoin goes, the altcoins follow, right? XRP is not immune. Bitcoin's pulling back, XRP is pulling back. One at 189 right now. If Bitcoin does pull back towards that 80,000 or lower in the next couple of weeks, I do expect to see XRP dropping to 149 to potentially 114. Right? Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled into thinking that XRP or some altcoin is like immune to Bitcoin's pullbacks. Yeah, there's always going to be the random one-off coin that might have a random rally out of nowhere and completely blast off, right? Yada yada. But 99% of the altcoin market is going to dump along with Bitcoin. That's just, basics. Those are just the basics. Up and down political BS going on. Yeah, man, I don't really focus on the political stuff. The political stuff is what it is, right? You can't control it. All you can do is read charts. Like I was warning everybody of the 98K rejection. If we got rejected at 98, Bitcoin was going to be pulling back. Guess what? Bitcoin got rejected at 98K last week. Now we're down at 87,000. Boom. Was that because I could foretell the political landscape? Nope. It was just because I was looking at the charts, right? And when the rejection of that key level happened, I was expecting for Bitcoin to pull back, and Bitcoin's pulling back. And now we wait and see if all of our targets fill at 80,000, and if they do, and 80,000 is not the major support that it could be, then we're looking for lower. Around 67,000 will be our next big target to the downside. Currently, right now, I'm in a nice little short for Bitcoin. Currently up 312 bucks as Bitcoin is melting right now. Bitcoin is melting right now, so very, very nice here. 320 bucks. Bitcoin is dumping like it's hot right now. Coming down to the previous day low, could potentially sweep here in the next 3 minutes, or just going to dump right through. If we start losing the yearly open, which is at 87,500, we're currently sitting at 87,700. We're definitely expecting a bigger pullback down to 86,600 today. I don't know. I don't know what assets are behind my head. You guys got time? Check out Neon Leo. Don't know what that is. Doesn't really matter. While Bitcoin's pulling back, none of the altcoins matter, guys. The only time it's worth checking out altcoins is when Bitcoin is pumping to see if that altcoin has not had any type of major rally yet. And if it hasn't, then you can capitalize on it. But if Bitcoin is pulling back, unless you're planning on shorting those altcoins, I wouldn't be wasting my time with them right now. Would not be wasting my time right now. But my zero going up, that's fantastic for you, brother. Happy for you. Not going to waste my time on that tiny market cap crypto. Bitcoin continuing to pull back here. We got a minute 54 left on the 1 hour and on this 15-minute candle. If the previous day low is not swept, we are expecting to be dropping the lower towards 86,600 here. Let's get you to 10 likes, bro. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. If everybody just takes 5 seconds to tap the screen as fast as they possibly could, for 5 whole seconds, I'm sure we can get to 10,000 likes. Appreciate everybody in here. John Frost, do you have any open trades today? Yes, so I took a short here. Bitcoin melted, right? Massive drop to the downside. Came back up to the London low as a retest. Jumped into a short, and now we are melting down. So that is how I opened my short. I'm up 335 bucks so far, as you guys can see right there. So let's get it. Need a good win today. Had a really nice short opened up yesterday. I was up over 700 bucks on that short. Forgot that I had the trade open. Went to sleep. Came, and then this morning when I saw it was already running back up towards my entry, got stopped out at break even, and then dumped again. I was like, dude, just lost an opportunity to make 700 bucks, but whatever. I'm back up 300 here. Didn't lose anything on that trade, right? It was just house money at that point, so didn't actually lose money on the trade. But man, it sucks. Appreciate everybody here tapping those likes. Let's see Bitcoin here losing the previous day low, hanging on to this monthly open, quarterly open, and yearly open right now at 87,500. Is that going to be enough to push Bitcoin back up, or is Bitcoin going to keep heading down towards that $86,606? Major price drop here on the 1 hour. Look at this 1 hour candle, completely erasing all the gains from this morning and last night, dropping it all the way to the yearly open of 87,500. Currently, I'm waiting for that to break, and if that breaks, we are going for that 86,600. Right below that, right, our next big target on the way down. Not that's going to happen today, right? It could, anything can happen, but overall, in this trajectory to the downside, we are looking for $83,755 as our first big stop, which is the previous month low. So we shall see. Appreciate everybody in here tapping those likes. Drop your altcoins into the chat if you want to get some analysis on XRP. Here, barely hanging on to 188. Next big target for the day is 184. Actually, 187 to 184 is the next big targets for today. Overall, main target that needs to hold is 177. If XRP cannot hold 177, we are dropping down towards that 149. Obviously, this is all going to be Bitcoin induced. As Bitcoin pulls back and drops, you will see Bitcoin drag all the altcoins down, including XRP. Can you do SUI, Solana? Yeah, let's go take a look at SUI and Solana. Let's have some fun, guys. Gold is pulling back as well. Currently at 48.31 after rejecting from 48.64, looking for a drop down to 47.88 for gold. Let's go take a look at SUI. And then we'll take a look at Solana as well. So SUI here. SUI. So SUI ran it up along with Bitcoin to as high as around $2. Got rejected. Bitcoin started pulling back, staying within our 6-month downtrend here, as you guys can see for SUI. Right, we're coming towards the upper band of this downtrend. We have currently pulled back. We're sitting at 145. Next big target for the downside is 130. We lose 130, and we're looking for 107 to 61 cents for SUI to the downside. SUI needs to get above $2.28 to run for its main targets to the upside around 318 to 348. Let's go take a look at Solana. Make way, make way. So Solana here. Solana ran it up to the monthly average of 147, got tapped out, started to fall back. Now we're currently back near the value area low of the yearly range of 2025. We're currently at 126. The value area low is at 123. We lose that 123 and we're looking for 116 as our last line of defense. If 116 is lost for Solana, we are looking for $95 to $73 to the downside for Solana. Let's check back on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still trying to have a little push back up here. No big deal. Let's go take a look at John Frost says Bitcoin Cash. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash came up here to our 0.5 fib of $644, started to face some resistance, could not hold it. Our bigger target to the upside was 691 to 704. We did not reach those targets. We got rejected off to 644, and now we're currently falling back into the yearly range of 2025, as you guys can see here for Bitcoin Cash. So currently sitting at 576. We've already come down and tapped our target of 564 to around 561. Below that, we're looking for targets around 508 to 499. 499 could definitely drop a lot more than that, but right now, future targets to the downside if we lose 561 is 508 to 499 for Bitcoin Cash. John Frost says, have you noticed Bitcoin's behavior? Almost every month on the third week of the month will drop until the first week of the next month. That has actually been happening for quite some time. It was happening back in July, August, September, and even October. And then November was a little different. December was a little different. But yes, I have noticed that pattern. Let's see. Up $255 so far. Not bad. Having a little bit of a bounce here in the first 15 minutes of the new hour. No big deal. Any good news for Pengu? Dude, there's no good news for Pengu. I mean, there's just no good news for any crypto right now. With Bitcoin pulling back, there is no good news for altcoins at all, right? Bitcoin needs to get above 94 to start showing some strength. And obviously a rally to from where it's currently at 87 to 94 would definitely be great for the altcoins in the short term. But yeah, until we don't invalidate the rejection at 98, there will be no real like major altcoin season, right? Bullish momentum for altcoins in general. Gold going to 5K. Yeah, Mar, I agree with that. I definitely have targets for gold up to about 5,300, give or take. So definitely has some nice targets to the upside for gold. Still, even if we have a little minor pullback, no big deal. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Clean Spark. I don't know what that is. Oops. All right, guys. I appreciate all you guys in here. If you guys have not already joined the Crypto Citadel and do want to join the Crypto Citadel, use the code 99 right now to lock in the 99 tier for the lifetime of your membership. It is the best way to lock in if you want to start leveling up as an investor, if you want to start analyzing data and realizing that you can't just navigate these markets based off headlines and whatever content creators are telling you, but you have to navigate it going based off actual charts and information, right? I know a lot of people are skeptical about charts. I used to be very skeptical until I actually started to learn and understand what the charts were saying. The minute I understood what the charts were saying, trust me, the skepticism disappeared very quickly. And it has been the most beneficial thing that I've learned as an investor since I've been in crypto since 2017 is learning how to read charts. So if you guys are not willing to put in the work, don't even bother joining. If you're willing to grind, if you're willing to start leveling up and moving up as an investor, then the Crypto Citadel is for you. Anybody telling you that they're supporting you, if you message them, is going to scam you guys. Just telling you that straightforward right now. Don't message anybody. Don't DM anybody. They're just looking to scam you. If anybody DMs you, they're looking to scam you as well. So don't trust anybody online, guys. Do not trust anybody online. I appreciate every single one of you guys in here. God bless all of you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains, and I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.